Welcome to the top 5 auto advice. 5 reasons your car may rattle while driving. Broken heat shield. Number 1. Heat shields are metal barriers that surround various exhaust system components to protect your car from the heat it emits. Due to their proximity to the ground, heat shields frequently break. Frequently in the vicinity of the gas tank, muffler, exhaust piping, and exhaust manifold. This exposes them to both moisture and debris, which increases the likelihood that they will rust. As you might have guessed, if the damage is severe enough, your car may rattle when you accelerate. They do this as they accelerate because the engine is under more stress. More air flows through the exhaust as it works harder, which is where the majority of the heat shields in your car is placed. If you do have to replace one, you'll likely spend between $250 to $300. Otherwise, having it spot welded at a local shop should do the trick. Number 2. Damaged engine mounts. The average car engine weighs about 300 pounds, in case you didn't know, and the engine mounts are what keep it firmly in place. They are made of rubber and metal, so as you might have guessed, if they break, the engine can continue to move. This refers to metal-on-metal contact, and as a result of the increased workload, accelerating may cause your car to rattle, as well as momentum. If left alone, there will likely be more than just a rattle to worry about. Some possibilities include a bent or broken exhaust manifold, a decreased handling, or drivetrain failure. The good news is that fixing damaged or broken engine mounts is not difficult. You can always crawl under your car and check yourself. It might be easier to have a licensed professional put it on a lift and take a look. They should be able to replace the worn/broken mount for between $200 to $500. Number 3. Valve train issues. It's probably a valve train issue if your car rattles and sounds like glass bottles are clinking together. The intake and exhaust valves operation is controlled by this system. The hydraulic lifters included, if any of these are worn or stuck, could result in an early ignition inside the combustion chambers. This is frequently referred to as carbon wrap, and it's typically brought on by using dirty oil or putting the wrong kind of gas in your car. If the valve train, found on the top of the engine, is the culprit, you should first look at the condition of your oil. An oil change might be all that's required if it's dirty. It's also possible that your engine needs a higher octane fuel, which will show in your owner's manual. If it's designed for 95 and you're putting in 89, engine performance will suffer and possibly create a rattling sound. Number 4. Transmission problems. A transmission has a lot of moving parts, and just like most engine parts, it can't function properly if it doesn't have enough lubrication. In order to prevent direct contact between the moving parts, transmission fluid creates a thin layer between them. They won't without enough of it, which can cause your car to shake as it accelerates. Neglecting a low fluid transmission will eventually result in a hefty repair bill. The transmission will need to be rebuilt or replaced when the gears wear out to the point where they are no longer functional due to metal grinding against metal. Fortunately, if you regularly change your transmission fluid between 30,000 and 60,000 miles, you shouldn't ever experience a problem with it. Regardless, if it is your tranny, the first thing you should do is check the fluid levels. If it's low, then you will need to add more. Number 5. Worn exhaust components. Your car may rattle when accelerating because of a variety of different parts inside the exhaust system. A few of these are faulty or damaged pipe connections, a rusty exhaust, damaged exhaust gasket, a broken or unplugged exhaust hanger, failure of the catalytic converter, incorrect active exhaust. The rest of the system may suffer if any of these are ignored. Additionally, they may result in a drop in performance and fuel efficiency. Determine which component of the system is having a problem as a first step. You can check for damage by crawling underneath your car. Just make sure to wait for it to cool down if you've just driven. You can also shake the system with your hands while keeping an ear out for any rattling sounds. Your best option may be to take your car to a certified mechanic if you don't feel comfortable doing this yourself. They can also conduct a pressure test to determine whether there is a leak if they don't see any obvious problems. They can also perform a pressure test to tell if there's a leak somewhere. For this reason, be sure to take care of your car, and if it does start rattling, handle it before it gets worse. If you want to see more videos like this, please consider like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.